Welcome to Life Chronicles.
Hello people, how are you doing? This is your girl Nyengetarai. We are back again with yet another interesting show on Life Chronicles. Oh yes, let's just have a reflex on the show that we had last week titled Nenyaya Dzemutupo, and I'm happy to announce kuti no tichazodzoka part 2 yenyaya dzemutupo idzi. So don't worry guys, I got your back at Satadzipedza. Right now, today we're going to be talking about a whole different issue. We're going to be talking about addiction. What addiction chi but I had people and I had interviews from different people vachida kunyasonzwisisa kuti zvoni zvakambonyatsotanga sei kuti munhu azotanga addiction chi chinenge chaitika, what really happens. So I had a special guest and his name was Ozzy, and he actually gave us a voice note achinyatso explain about how did they start nenyaya dzeaddiction is. And later in the show we're going to be having a guest, and the guest wedu ndiye achazonyasotitsanangura achitiita drive through everything kuti tinizonyatsonzwisisa. So here is what Ozzy had to say.
I just want to say something about drug addiction in my life. So it was started in South Africa through influence in over my friends. The friends that I used to play with, they were using these drugs for their self-enhancement. So it all started as a joke. It was a cheap drug. We used to use that drug, and that drug is called Bronte. Drug it made you forget all your troubles. But in a way, it puts you in a comfort zone. It made you feel cool, but without knowing Kuti, this drug was affecting me internally because it was starting to make me feel as if I had no feelings for people. It made you use money, felt annoyed to talk to someone, you slept all day. So anything with your life. It really is a dangerous drug, and it can cause side effects, and it could cause you my hallucinations. This drug that I used yakatochinja my behavior. I started to be frustrated, loss of appetite, loss of weight. So what I'm saying is drug abuse is very, very, very dangerous, and it can cause you to lose your life or even to lose your dignity within people. So all I want to say is any my problems, because drug addiction is not good. So what I'm saying is when we share some drugs right now, I just want to urge them kuti they must not use those drugs because they really make you feel so out of place. They make you feel like you are nobody in this world. So what I'm saying is kuti in recovery yangu ndakati one through my family and friends, because without them I could have lost it all.
So that was Ozzy, who was explaining how he's ended up muma drugs and zvakazofamba say, it's really sad to kuzorealize at the end of the day kuti no zvinhu zvandiri kuita izvi hazvitase hazvibatsire. So on our Facebook page we had actually comments from people whereby I just asked a random question kuti okay guys, what are you addicted to? Is it only drug addiction, or people can be addicted to different things? And I've got Rufaro here who was saying kudya mavu, I can't help myself. I think I could ever nonzi ivurera rinowanzodyiwa nevanhu vane and then we've got Benhilda arikuti zvoni kuda zvinhu zvinotonhora like eating my ice blocks, she's addicted to that. And then we've got Tinashe who's saying gambling, and we've got Rakman who's saying I'm addicted to graphics. Oh my god. And then we've got Jocelyn who's saying I'm addicted to weed. Mumwe arikutaura kuti aiwa kumwa mushonga. And then I asked kuti kumwa mushonga chii, zvikanzi aiwa madha imi hamusitonyatsokuita kuti kumwa mushonga chii. Ndakati chinitsanangura kuti kumwa mushonga kwacho kudii. Zvikanzi kumwa mushonga it means bronco, like broncholia. So I was like, oh my word. So they've got these different, they've got these different names that they use muma streets so that it's also tizingazvizive hatitozonzwiswa zviri kufamba sei. Then someone else was saying, that was Tanaka, he was saying, good, I over-exercise. And we've got Sharon who was saying work. And we've got someone, Anonzi Meta, who was saying, I'm addicted to phones. Mumwe achitaura kuti I'm addicted to rumba music. Mumwe achitaura doro. So people were just explaining kuti zvoni ma addictions avo ndeapi, you see. And it was really interesting to find out kuti zvoni, okay, it's not really all about addiction yechi, ma drugs zvatinofungira, but people can be addicted to different stuff. So this is a time whereby I'm going to be talking to our guest who's going to be explaining to us kuti zvoni zvinombonyazofamba sei, achiti explain kuti zvoni zvii zvatinenge tichitaura nezvazvo when they say addiction. So on my line right now, I've got our special guest. You know how it is kuti zvonenye COVID guys. Atichakwanisa kuti tiwane one-on-one for you know, for safety's sake. So you guys you better forgive me for this one. So on my line, I've got our special guest, and she's going to introduce herself and achizotudza CV rake kuti aiwa ini ndakadzidza kusvika pakati and ndinobatsira zvinhu zvakaita sei. So let's welcome our caller. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Nyengeterai.
Good afternoon, how are you doing?
I am well, and how are you doing?
I am fine, thanks. Can you please introduce yourself and motipo CV renyu neuwandu hwaro?
It's okay, Nyengeterai. My name is Priska Goremsandu. And, you know, each time that I'm asked who I am, I always say that I am a counselor because that's the profession that I'm really into. Although I do other things, but being a counselor and in Zimbabwe, I am a registered counselor under the Allied Health Professions Council of Zimbabwe, and I am also a member of the Zimbabwe Association of Family Therapists and Professional Counselors, which is affiliated to the AHPCZ.
Wow. I see that is a very, very huge CV right there, curriculum, right? Yes, that is very interesting to know about you, Mrs. Priska Goremsandu, is that correct?
You got it right.
Yes. So today we were talking about addiction because I think most people are just where we usually know inongonzi drug addiction, but now we want to know in brief, can you explain to us what addiction is really, so that we get to understand good topic ya tukutaura nezvayo no make sense here?
Okay. Yes, you see, because we really talk about this in communities, in schools, in malls, in everywhere. You know, you hear people talking and pointing to people to say, but that's an addict, that's a drug. But what exactly is a drug addict? Or what is an addiction? It is defined as a chronic relapsing disorder that is characterized by compulsive substance seeking and continued use despite the harmful consequences to the user and the people around.
Okay.
So in brief, we say, this is something that you want to try something, you get used to it, but you will, want to get it when you are used to it. You want to get it and you want to continuously use it, but you don't even realize the harm that it is doing to you.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's continuously getting used to something, drinking or eating or doing something, and yet you don't even know that it's harmful.
At times we'll start by just taking 1 or 2 glasses of beer.
Yeah.
When you come from work, and then you find that when you don't have those 2 glasses of beer, you can't sleep. You wake up in the middle of the night to go and get your 2 glasses of beer from the fridge, and you have it, and then you find your sleep.
Okay, all right, okay.
Your system is now used to this beer, and you can't do without it. You rely on it for sleep, you see.
Wow.
This is very mild, but there is something that is very, very strong that can, one get addicted to.
Okay, so this is the part whereby we ask, okay, fine, are there different types of addiction? Kanauti, it's just one type of addiction. Maybe you could actually explain to us in brief, what are the types of addictions that we have?
As people that we talk about addiction, we are used to one that is drug, alcohol, and and people stop there in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
But there are two types of addiction that we can talk about. There is what we call substance addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is the continued use of substances like drugs, your tobacco, your alcohol, your marijuana, your cocaine, heroin, etc.
Mm-hmm.
The drugs, substances or the chemicals that you use, and you keep pumping them into your body.
Mm-hmm.
But also have something that is called behavioral addiction.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that a lot of people are, but they don't realize it. And this one is, you repeatedly behave in a manner, or you want to use some gadgets, continuously. For example, take for somebody who plays a computer game.
Candy Crush.
The Candy Crush. You find that even somebody when they're at work,
Mm-hmm.
they ignore their work and they start, playing Candy Crush.
Mm.
And so this behavior, or somebody who is addicted to shopping.
Shopaholic.
Somebody who, guys, ndichangobuda.
Mm.
Ndida kumbonotenga one or two things up,
Muchiraundi.
Akaenda ivavo haakunotenga one or two things,
Mm.
Anotenga, and at times anogona kupedzisira asisina kana mari inomusvitsa through the end of the month.
Mm.
You see, because they cannot stop. Then, kune vanhu vanova addicted to sex.
Yay. Okay.
They can't do without sex,
Mm.
They really, to continuously have sex. And then food and, the internet, people playing pornographic, videos and, watching that. And, this is one addiction that is very, very destructive as well.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow. So, okay. I actually didn't know kuti inini nditono addiction yanditori nayo. Unozati kana shoko rakaparidzwa muchechi unongozoti apa ndindarehwa. Ungoti handini ndarehwa.
You now know that it is an addiction that is
yeah. Mandiparidza but andizotaura kuti papi zvavo. All right. Okay. So let's go to our last question. Okay, if one person is addicted, right? How do they get help? Vanobatsirwa sei vanhu vane different types of addictions avanawo?
Okay. The best thing for somebody to get help is to acknowledge that they have an addiction.
Mm.
Or for people around them to realize that this person has got an addiction.
Mm.
And once they do, so they also are supposed to be there when these people is going through rehabilitation.
Okay.
Because at times you may take the addict to a rehabilitation center, but there is need for counseling of the people around this person who has been addicted so that they can offer their support and help him or her to get out of the situation.
All right, so help me understand. When we say kuti munhu like they want to get help, it simply means the family also needs to support that particular person kuti abatsirikane.
Very true. Because remember, if somebody is addicted, they don't want to leave this thing that they are doing.
Mm.
So they want to continue having these drugs because vanonakidzwa nazvo zvinenge zvava zvekuti zvinenge zvaakunakidza. Saka kana zvaita saizvozvo manje kuti uchizovati regedza, just by talking to them kuti regedza zvaupita, they will not leave that.
They will not.
But system inenge iri kuvasupporta for this drug addiction. No inokwanisa kuti igadziriswe. For example, I'll give you an example. Mwana ari kupiwa pocket money achienda kuhigh school. And mari iyoyo yaari kupiwa ndo yaari kunoshandisa kutengesa madrugs. Tinofanirwa kuti tiite a point yatinoita cut off that kuti madrugs aya ngaachafanirwa kutengeswa. Saka where do we
the cut? Yeah.
Where's the cut? Tinotaura kane mubereki.
kuti mwana nenyaya yekuti muri kupa mwana mari yekuti auye kuchikoro achaishandisa zvaari kufanira kuishandisa akushandisa for other purposes. So you get to the root of the problem. That is probably the family who's providing for those finances kuti zvinhu zvezvo zvizokwanisa mwana uyu azokwanisa kutenga madrugs aanenge achitenga.
Exactly.
Oh.
And about kungoti chete achamupa mari chete because remember ane mafriends ekufamwa vari kutosmoka they say whatever they have it. Saka ifanira kunge yatova chain iri kutoitwa trace and find kuti okay apa takata, so is the next problem which this is becomes in now.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh. That was very interesting. So I just wanted to ask Kuduzwani, how dangerous is getting addicted to these things? What are the risks? Are they like, does it cause death? I don't know. But ndofunga manzvisa zvandoedza kutaura.
When somebody is addicted, tongoti kuma substances anditika. There is loss of resources, health.
Yeah.
Health as well, and relationships. Pama resources achada kuramba achingofeeda this addiction. Achada kuramba achitenga achidi. Health ari kusmoka zvinhu zviri kumudamage zvine effect on the brain or even on his general body, it's being affected. And kana akaramba achingozviita, you find kuti vamwe vanhu vanosmoka vanoita sei kana vanga vari light in complexion they become very dark.
Very true.
Saka health yavo iri kutoaffectwa. And even my behavioral addiction. Anoita futi wipe out all this that I've talked about. But there is also loss of production. Remember, if he's a productive employee of a company, I will be Candy Crush. What is that person being paid for?
For playing Candy Crush.
For playing Candy Crush.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Employer. And kana baba vepamba vachinge vari munhu akuita zvemadrugs achiita sei vari kunoswera neshamwari dzavo vachinwa doro chitoko vachiita sei mukadzi wavo ari kushungurudzika ari kudawo kuswera ainavo pamba vachiita zvinhu but because ivo vari kuswera variko this relationship is going to be ruined.
For sure.
You see, saka madangers acho akawandisa because vanhu vanenge vasisanyatsocommita to whatever they're supposed to commit for, for them to live a good life.
All right. So I think addiction is a really big issue, and I would really want to thank you, Miss Priska Goremsandu, for being on my show. And ndofunga vanhu vakawanda vabatsirikana because dzimwe nguva tinenge tisingazivi kuti tori addicted to certain things tichifunga kuti zvinenge zviri normal, but now it now gives us time kuti tiite reflex and actually tigare pasi tinyatsonzwisisa kuti all right, how is my life chain going? Pane zvinhu zvandirofanira kunge ndisingaite here zvandiri kuita on a daily basis. Yes.
And you find kuti this is just a tip of my challenges anosanganikwa nawo kuma addictions, but there's a lot more, but I'm glad and thank you so much for just bringing this topic because bata zvakawanda and it's something that can be expanded, so that we can get into the depth of the real issues that we have concerning my addiction.
So I think I will actually invite you again kuti tichinyaso tarisa ma addictions acho one by one on another time, and then kuti vane ma certain areas iwawo vawane kubatsirikana. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Priska Goremsandu, for that wonderful interview. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much, Ningeterai, for having had me on the show.
That was Priska Goremsandu, and she's a counselor. And I hope vanhu mabatsirikana nenyaya dzema addiction. Munoziva kuti dzimwe nguva tinonyatsoignore zvinhu izvi, and then we don't even see kuti zvinhu okay fine titori addicted kune zvinhu zvatiri kufunga kuti hazvisi zviri normal. So I hope you guys mabatsirikana. So next time we're going to be having another interesting topic that is going to be very helpful to everybody. And ndofunga kuti Panguva, it's that time whereby we press the subscribe button, we like and we comment. Hope you guys had a great show and had a great time with me today. And join me next week, same time, same place, and on Life Chronicles with Nyenge Terai. And have a great week. Cheers.